Hi, I'm Gary. Now things are moving along nicely and we've come to the exterior finish. Find out how this is put together right here on Gary's Stuff. Work started on the exterior before the insides were complete, so there's no hanging around waiting for things like the plaster on the walls to dry. The first job was to attach battens to the outside of the concrete walls. These are there to support the cladding we'll use. Next job was to fit the door framing for each room, making sure of all the levels all the time and filling any gaps with expanding foam. The excess of this will be trimmed off later on. We're also taking the time to fit the door for the storage room here, so we're just chasing a slot for the hinge using a router. Then we can check the alignment of the hinge with the frame and use the router again to take off most of the wood, just using the chisel to finish the corners off. Then we can hang the door. By the way, do make sure the door you use is an external door which has been suitably dried and stabilised to prevent warping in the future. Next is the start of the cladding. We're using a composite cladding material here as I really don't want to paint it and it is maintenance free. It screws straight onto the battens we've already put on. The boards clip together with a tongue and groove fitting. At one end there's a starter strip that engages with the first groove, then the boards just slot together from there on. Before we get to covering the window opening, I'll fit the window frame as well. This composite material is easy to cut with a jigsaw or a circular saw to fit things like the window frame, and they do take drilling very well with clean edges. As we're moving along, we can fit the main door into the door frame as well. We'll put in the glazing later on. Now we're going to use cladding on the storeroom door as well. It's the same material, so we do need to make sure of the alignment of the boards. They can go straight onto the door, it's made of wood, so there's no need for the battens. The next job, we're going to put up some external lights. These are going to operate on a dusk switch to come on automatically. We drill a hole for the power cable to come through, and this can be fed simply from the consumer unit all the way behind the cladding to the light position. Then the light can be wired up and attached to a base plate screwed directly onto the cladding. Now with that wiring done, we can move on to the edge trim, which hides, among other things, the cables for the lights. These are held onto the cladding itself using a solvent-free polymer grab adhesive. The trim can be taped into place while the adhesive goes off. So essentially, for the moment, that's the exterior of the office complete. There's still a few small bits to tidy up here and there, but you know what, that's always the way. And yes, we did use some offcuts of the cladding to form a base for the air conditioning unit, but that's for another video. Thanks very much for watching today, and goodbye.